أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. Your Excellency, the First Lady, the Mother of the Nation, the Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, the Chairman of the Northern Governors Forum, my distinguished colleagues and brothers, the traditional leaders here present, and also the religious leaders here present, especially the President of Khan, our own children and grandchildren, the youth, for whom we're all here for. So this is your summit. We as elders and fathers and grandfathers, we have done our own, we have seen it all. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your Excellency, the First Lady, your presence here means a lot to the youth in particular. As a mother, grandmother, as the mother of the nation, that shows the serious nature of what EFCC is doing today by inviting all of us to be here this morning. Let me first say how delighted we are to be invited to this program, this National Cyber Summit. I'm particularly encouraged by the large number of youth that are turned up for this very important program. Today, as you're all aware, IT skills are one greater asset that any country can boast of. Some of you may be aware that in 2014, India, which does not have crude oil like Nigeria to export, made more revenue in exporting IT software than what Nigeria did in exporting crude oil. So, those of you with these IT skills represent a strategic asset for our great country. India has used its IT skills not only to the economy, but also used to dominate the Silicon Valley, as you are all aware. IT skills represent the future fortunes of countries, and therefore represent, as the youth, the future wealth of this country. So the burden also on your shoulders. As we had this morning, you are not just the leaders of tomorrow, you are the leaders of today. And that's why we're all gathered here for your sake. Unfortunately, some youth with IT skills have used these skills to commit cyber crimes, use the skills very negatively. This has very serious consequences for the youth, not only for the youth, but also for the country itself. First, the criminal activities eventually, the criminal perpetrators will eventually be caught, no matter how long it takes, and will lose all the fortunes and their names they think they have gathered. So the deficit level is much more than what you think you have gotten at the mature time you think you are rich through criminal activities, because I'm referring to the youth. He or she that creates a trust deficit for our great country It will affect its rating in international communities and diplomacy, and also the big business, all of which will affect the future of our country. It is the youth, once again, that will bear the brunt of all this, for they are the ones, the upcoming generations. These negative consequences must be realized. So cybercrime is detrimental, very, very detrimental, not only to the individual youth, but also to the collective interests of the young people across the country. We have no reason to embark on such atrocities. Any temporary pleasure time is short-lived, and what follows after is a lifetime of regret, shame, and humiliation. We have had these three words, the youth: regret, shame, and humiliation. It is simply not worth it to embark on this type of crime. On the other hand, these skills held a great promise for youth that are patient and ready to build a sustainable future. Digital skills today create a vast opportunity for entrepreneurship, innovation, which in turn provide broad scope for youth employment. I'm glad to note that EFCC has considered these digital skills as treasured national assets and has recognized the strategic value of our youth and therefore embarked on the urgent efforts to provide our youth the opportunities to deploy these digital skills for that benefit, as well as the benefit of our great country. By empowering these youth to build our economy and salvage our image as a nation, the FCC is creating a momentum for the development of our country, where youth with digital skills will provide the lead. This is both refreshing and reassuring for our youth and for the future of our country. I wish to call upon the youth, and I'm sure not only the youth here, but those listening across the country, of this great country, to seize this opportunity to deploy digital skills for building their future and the future of our country. Let me urge the youth of this country to take time to study the histories of those countries they admire today, because these countries, they will discover that these countries were built by the labor and sweat of their youth, motivated by certain core values of hard work, honesty, and justice, dedication, and perseverance. We as leaders of the traditional and religious institutions have a responsibility to remind you about the role of values in human society. No society can grow and excel without promoting these core human values. We also, as traditional and religious leaders, would like to emphasize that we bear additional responsibilities at the moral vanguard of the struggle. We must appreciate the fundamental fact that Almighty Allah is pure and will not accept anything impure and corrupt. We must seek all that is good and decent for transformation of our great country. Let me seize the opportunity to appreciate the EFCC chairman, Ola, who have brought so much passion and dedication to this great work of checking and stemming the tide of corruption in this country. A special consideration for the youth of this country, as evidenced by this effort to provide the youth with alternative avenue to use their digital skills to build their future, is particularly commendable. Ola, well done and keep it up. But for this fight to succeed, this type of program must be taken to the states in collaboration with the governors, traditional and religious institutions, so as to create clubs in various tertiary institutions, so that we know that, yes, this thing doesn't end in Abuja here. We must continue and continue and continue. So, Ola, we are ready to partner with you, to support you, and we'll do our best to make this country a better country. We have hope in this country, and like I've said it so many times, I'll keep on saying it. We will never, ever lose hope. This country will be a better country, inshallah. At the end of all the struggles, we turn out to be much, much better than we were. We thank you most sincerely. We thank the mother of the nation. Keep on the good fight, and inshallah, this country will be better. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.